Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa itu langit. Saya Tale Shrimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti namine Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Orang Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Presnayate Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Orang Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Presnayate Namo Siddhaswarupananda Krishna Presnayate Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa namine Orang Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Presnayate Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gauranga 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 Jaya 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 Srila Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa 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 Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
I will namaste.
So let's continue our study program. So how can we connect ourselves with that word of love? How can we be dovetailed with the desire of the Supreme Person? What is the medium? What is the process? So Lord Krishna tells us, if one offers me with love and devotion a fruit, a little water, a leaf, I will accept it. So the main ingredient that will substantiate that connection is the offering of devotion. An amiable filial surrender to offer in humbleness. Please kindly accept this humble offering. Everything belongs to you. You don't need all of this, but I'm very grateful and thankful that you're allowing me to offer back what belongs to you. And I am offering it in humbleness. My life, my heart, my whole being. Although I know I fall far short from this devotion, from this love. So that is the main ingredient, the main substance, the transcendental activity of loving devotion. So years back, our Guru Dev gave a lecture, not a lecture, an advice to us. It was about service. So there was an instance wherein, I'll give two instances. Because we want in our heart, as disciple, students of our spiritual master, we have this desire, most of us, that's why we engage in the process, to be very close to our Guru Dev, to be very close with Lord Krishna, to be sheltered, to be protected by that connection of Ananda. And what is that Ananda? It is about engaging in loving devotional service. The happiness of being connected with that pleasure of the Supreme Person. And it eclipses illusion because it eclipses all the flickering taste, flickering source of enjoyment that the mind will offer us, Maya will offer us. It is set aside. It eclipses. It's like when there is light, there is no darkness. So what happened was this. They, they were given the opportunity to be personal care of our Gurudev, to cook, to be able to assist our Gurudev in his daily activities in devotional loving service. But what happened was the place got almost burned because they burned the cooking facilities, the oven. And when Srila Prabhupada came to know about it, he specifically said, going into motion of action without care is not devotional service. So what is devotional service? It is about care. It's about being very careful to be pleasing, loving, taking the responsibility with care, not just go into motion. Sometimes we see someone offer to Srila Prabhupada. Very nice song, nice voice. But because that person is enjoying the offering and the sound that comes, it's all about her squeezing, you know. She goes into the motion. And Srila Prabhupada tells, stop. And when this person also speaks, another person speaks that when I do engage in service out of mind, and Srila Prabhupada say, stop. So, devotional service, as what we have been instructed, being guided by Guru Dev, will be accepted when it is with care. Because devotion is with care. So this process of bhakti yoga is based upon devotion. One time, when some of my God brothers were given the responsibility to take care of bijus of our spiritual master for preaching. So one day, they went to a restaurant. And not only that, they associated with individuals who are teaching, who are really into putting out this nonsense idea of appointed guru and appointed acharya, contradictory to the teachings of Parampara. These people were very offensive with their views because they have been contaminated by this false ego to be dominator, to be controller. Now they're into the position, in so-called spirituality, to portray themselves as appointed representative of God, chosen, not understanding that His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, wrote thousands of verses, none different from the instruction of Lord Krishna. Hundreds of books, thousands of lectures, accepted thousands of disciples. Why? Because they are given the opportunity to receive this transcendental science of devotional service coming from Parampara, coming from Lord Krishna. Not understanding that the literary genius, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, who wrote thousands of verses in scriptures about the transcendental science, the Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, passing down to us. And these people whom they have associated are telling something different. And to make the point shorter, they were having lunch with these people. And then the video that was given to them by our Guru Dev, who took so much effort to make it so it can be used to propagate loving devotional service, it got lost. And when our spiritual master found about that, his sadness, and it is all connected with lack of care. So, as practitioner of devotional service, engaging in sadhana bhakti process, we can gauge. We must have this weighing scale to see our position, our situation, where we are heading, our real situation. And the guidance that we have discussed previously about the qualification of a bona fide spiritual master will have a very great impact, a foundation for our decision making to be successful. That is Krishna's love for us. That is the light that dissipates the darkness. And through following him, his instruction, the darkness in our heart, the hardness, is eradicated. We have this, we think, like me, I think I'm a devotee, I think. I practice sadhana bhakti process. And during that time, we were so much into this, karmi, you're not vegetarian, you're not vegan. We're feeling higher. When I met Srila Prabhupada, after initiation, he came back. I was in front of him, and all the devotees are there. It's really, an acid test for me. Where I stand, how will I act? Not act. How will I address? How can I relate to my Gurudev? In front of all the devotees, he tells me directly, Bhagavan Das, you are an envious person. Wow. The mind, the dance of the false ego. How can he say that? Try to hide. Try to hide. And he said to me, when I saw you staring at that devotee, actually my Siksa Guru, who introduced me to Srila Prabhupada, with envy in your eyes, I did not take you seriously. Then the dance of the mind, the dance of the defense. Srila Prabhupada, immediately, why are you envious? Oops. The dance of the false ego, because at the time, the spiritual master watches you. He sees your reaction, your heart, your whole being, you're naked in front of him. And the false dance of the false ego, trying to protect. I'm not, should tell him, make reason, give reason. Then, I begin at the time. Yes, there's no way out. I have to surrender to my Gurudev. And then I said, my Srila Prabhupada, please forgive me for, please forgive me because you're in front of all the Vaishnavas. Please kindly forgive me so I can change. And when you think that's the end, no. He said, that will be seen when you hit the streets. A year from now, years to come. Because it's always easier said than done. So I begin to meditate and pray and see my situation. That opportunity given to me by my Gurudev, because I cannot see the false ego. So in the beginning of spiritual practice, we cannot see really the dance of the false ego which has encumbered us, which has put us in a situation that we cannot completely be humbly falling with our head. I am lost. Protect me. I have nowhere to go. Please forgive me. So the spiritual master tells us from the outside. Saktabesh Avatar, non-different from Krishna, our Gurudev. He sees our heart. He sees our mind. When we begin to experience this humbleness in our heart, feeling lost, my dear spiritual master, please allow me to be engaged in your service, although I am not qualified. Even though I am I'm a jerk, I'm a moron, I'm an envious person, don't kick me away. And the spiritual master sees that and he instructs us. He guides us because he loves us. So we are advised by Lord Krishna to have someone who is our eternal friend, the representative of Lord Krishna, Paramatma from the outside, Saktabesh Avatar, empowered living entity, non-different from Lord Krishna, our Gurudev. And how do we relate to our Gurudev? We must be following the instruction and be situated in the third prayer of Lord Chaitanya. One should chant the holy names of the Lord in a humble state of mind. Humbleness. Feeling himself lower than the straw in the street, more tolerant than the tree, and devoid of all sense of false prestige, and ready to offer all respects to others. I have met a lot of my friends, and they think they're devotees, and they look, oh, karmis, karmis, We should not be in that situation. I'll give you a perfect example of someone who is a true lover of God, Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is the perfect example. He's put in this predicament and they want to kill him. That even though he is so young and supposedly his father, to protect him, is the one who is very inimical to him and want him to die. So while they're trying to put him in harm's way, he is protected by Lord Krishna. And after Lord Krishna came as Lord Nrsimhadev, because it is promised, my devotee never perishes. He protects the devotees. So, all the truthfulness, all the promise of Lord Krishna manifested in the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj. And when Lord Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu, and he sat on the lap of Lord Nrsimhadev and was told by Lord Nrsimhadev, you can ask any benediction, any boon, and I will give it to you. And he only asked one. Please kindly forgive my father. So what I'm trying to express and tell is that the fruit of transcendental connection under the guidance of Lord Krishna, our spiritual master, we will be seeing the light of care, compassion, and love by the personality of this person. His whole being is based upon loving service to the Supreme Person. And then when I read about the life of his grandson, Bali Maharaj, that when he was asked by Lord Bamanadev 3 steps of his land, and he's in a situation owning temporarily great bus truck plan, not only bus truck, the lower planetary system, the middle planetary system, and the higher planetary system. And he's just asking 3 small steps with his teeny weeny foot. He granted it. And then when Lord Brahmanadev, this first step touched the middle planetary system, and the second step touched the higher planetary system, and he said, "Where will I put my step? Where will I put this step, my foot?" And Bali Maharaj said, "On my head, my dear Lord." So if we meditate closely through engaging in the chanting of the holy names, we can see what is real love. It's not about himself, it's not about themselves, but about Lord Krishna. They're so much in love, and it is the wish, the desire of the Supreme Person that they're willing, they're in this situation that they can leave everything, give up everything to please the heart of the one they love. This we should be longing, this we should be praying to be situated, which is very natural for us. But due to material contamination, we have become covered by material desires. It is about the false ego, false lordship. And it should be cut to the root when we come and take shelter of our Gurudev and follow his instruction. I'll read here how Dhruva Maharaj, when all the wealth of Dhruva Maharaj was taken, Kubera, the treasurer of heaven, wanted to give him everything back. But his only prayer is to be engaged in the loving devotional service of the Supreme Lord. So we can see that how far we fall far short with our life. We see how we are very far from that world of complete, unalloyed, pure devotional service. because we can see how selfish we are. It's all about ourselves. But we should not lose hope because the spiritual master comes. And the reason he comes is to appease the transcendental sorrow of Lord Krishna that majority of us here are suffering away trying to play Lord, and it is giving us pain. And as the Father, He feels sadness in the sorrow of His children, us. And as someone who loves the Supreme Person, He sees the transcendental sadness of Lord Krishna. He comes and take responsibility to bring us back to that world of devotional, transcendental loving service. But He comes, His presence is not different from God, the Supreme Purifier. He gives us Krishna, the holy names, the Maha Mantra. And it's based upon scriptures. He gives us Krishna through the funnel of our ear to purify our hard heart, our empty heart, our lonely heart, our envious heart. So our mind will be transcendentally focused upon that word of loving devotional service. So this is the reason we have this study program. The perfect association is the transcendental association with hearing the lives of the pure loving servants of God and associating with our Guru Dev through his instruction, and be with individuals who have the same goals, whose focus is an effort to be amiably engaging in devotional loving service. So that is part of our study program. So in a nutshell, we should experience humbleness. We should experience in our life, yes, I'm not self-sufficient. I should not portray myself as someone who's perfect because my Guru Dev knows about my past, my life. He simply loves me. When my spiritual master gave a lecture, all the things that you see here, Varnashrama system, all the things that you experience here does not exist in the spiritual world. And how can we enter that world? Under the guidance of our Guru Dev. So the key is pure devotional service, which is inseparable from us in a truest sense. By nature, we're active. We're transcendental. Spirit soul. Our Sanatan Dharma is we're transcendental. Eternally the loving servant of God. How come when we see ourselves, it's a contradiction to the life of Prahlad Maharaj, to the life of Bali Maharaj? What is that? What substantiate, transcendental, what substantiate their life? Not matter. It is their love, Sanatan Dharma. And that is what our spiritual master would want us to be situated in as eternally the loving servant of God. So we pray for His mercy, for His kindness. We know we're weak. We know we're not self-sufficient. And we think we're devotees. We've made it. You know? So when we try to go out, one thing also that we can appreciate We're given the opportunity to pass on this science. When my spiritual master gave a lecture, he said, I did not come here to have 7 disciples. I come here to teach you the truth, to become my hand, my eyes, my mouth, to be the medium of this transcendental loving world of devotional service. He lets us enter that world. So when we go out and help others, we should simply pass on what has been given to us, the holy names. Stop playing, trying to play surrogate Krishna, trying to play surrogate Supreme Father, you know. Simply pass on the same transcendental message and process given to us, the holy names, the teachings, the true transcendental absolute teaching of our true identity, the key to solve all the problems. Because by true nature, we are a different energy from matter. And when we pass on this transcendental science, this absolute truth, coupled with the Supreme Purifier as the holy names that has been given to us orally, passing in on to individuals, our brothers, our sisters. Not only our brothers and sisters, we go out Sankirtan and all the living entities who hears in the bodies of trees, in animals, because we have simply follow one-pointedly. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kolowana Stebana Steba Gatiranyata. Chant the holy names, chant the holy names, chant the holy names. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way to achieve pure loving devotional service except through the chanting of the holy names. So that is the process, very simple. But the mind will tell us, try to be duplistic. Point to them, you have this experience of calmness by talking slowly and nicely and be politic, be duplistic, Try to maneuver. Make them see how pure you are, that you're caring. No, that should not be the case. Or we fall to the trap of Maya, will become like Jim Jones, will become like all those so-called gurus who try to portray that they're a representative of God, but they did not follow the process. They try to project themselves as the supreme purifier. But it's very easy to notice that because they need you. They want to use you, So having these people around, it's like they're actors trying to hype you, to console you. The voice is so condensing, placate you, try to teach you passively, and portray how caring they are, like Jim Jones, who portray himself. You know Jim Jones? He's a impersonalist. He's a demon. But he portrays himself as a holy man, caring, the teachings of Jesus, supposedly. But his action fall far short from what he speaks. There is a saying that you put your money where your mouth is. Teacher by example. So what happened? It's tragedy. A bizarre situation where he poisoned all his followers. Not only that, he exploited those who are seekers, who wanted to be saved. That is why it's very important that we as disciples, students of our spiritual master, should be understanding the science to protect, to teach the truth. My Guru Dev was telling me before, the Guru, the Sadhu who praises me is my enemy. Immediately when you have someone in front of you trying to speak placatingly, trying to portray how fatherly he is, trying to save you. It's just like when my spiritual master tells us, he gave an example, don't ever take candies from strangers. Never let someone who you do not know enter your house. So you're in this house, this body. So be very careful whom you will be letting in your house, through your ears, through your senses, through your heart. Because that person can just gobble you up, eat you up. He may be one of the dangerous predator, the materialist and the impersonalist, who is there to eat you and trample you and kick you and enslave you. Be careful. So it is our duty to be holding the line, to sacrifice, to engage in austerity, that no matter what, I will be truthful, I will be honest with my relationship with my spiritual master. I will try at the utmost to render this service, this instruction that he wants. Even though I know I'm not worth it, I'm a sinful person. You see, the life of Bali Maharaj, everything was taken away from him. Kubera wanted to give him everything. But actually, he was reinstated by Lord Krishna himself. Gave him everything, protected him. But his attitude is an example of someone who has this connection. He's so focused. His life is pure, loving, devotional service. So we pray, we humbly pray, my dear Lord Krishna, let me become part of that world of pure devotional service. No matter where, no matter what, anywhere, to be part of this process, to be engaged in the activities, in the instruction of my Guru Dev. So that is one of our discussion now, the study program. It is about following the instruction, to be situated in our natural, transcendental world of devotional service, to understand humbleness, humility, truthfulness, and we can check ourselves where we stand. We can gauge ourselves, because spiritual life is not pointing at others. It's pointing about ourselves. And we are offering our life to our spiritual master, supposedly. Our heart, our whole being, we should see that main ingredient, pure loving devotional service. Is it inherent in our offering? There's the humility, the humbleness. So it's up to us to check it, to protect us. And in the future, even now, real time and space, to protect others also, to help others. That becomes our life. Haribol, Namaste.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namaste. Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Te
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Te
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Te
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestaya Te
Mani Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadeva Bhakta Vrinda
Madana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gauranga Vrinda
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama
Hari Bol Krishna Hari Bol Krishna
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Guranga Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Guranga